Hello and welcome to the first video of the 2023 Formula One season and its car livery launch season, where some teams launch cars, others launch liveries, but most importantly, we all waste our time with an hour-long launch. Looking at you, Red Bull Racing. First of all, we had the Haas car launching their 2023 Challenger, and I think they might have a new sponsor. They released this 4-second video of a 360 of the car, flicking through the images, and I think they have a new sponsor on it. I can't figure out who it is. Is it MoneyGram? Yeah, it is. As you can see, MoneyGram are plastered all over the car, front wing, and the shark fin, or the tail fin, which is looks a little bit unusual, but it's very similar to last year's car's design on the shark fin. But I think the car looks quite nice. It's very old school Haas. Is it 2016 where it was grey and white with the red? But now this is obviously black and white with the red on it. Would it look better if that Haas logo was in red? Possibly. But overall, I think it looks nice. I think the wheel covers look nice. And overall, it's just a very nice looking car. Now let's have a look at some of the other pictures. This is from Kevin Magnussen's Twitter, and you can see there it is. There is the car. Very nice. Very nice. Not going to get too much info about the new car. I think this is just last year's car with this year's livery on it. So that's the show car. There's the front. Very similar to last year. The side pod, the wide angle side pod, the triangle roll hoop from the Ferrari. So that's why the Haas car is always a good little indication as to what Ferrari might do. Obviously last year, with it being completely new regulations, Haas couldn't have a chance to copy Ferrari, which they've done in the past. Was it 2018 where they just used the 2017 Ferrari, because obviously they take all their parts from Ferrari. This is a little, normally Haas is normally a good little spoiler of what Ferrari might get up to. See, I'm not a technical analysis of Formula One cars, but I think this looks quite nice. It doesn't look slow. Do you get what I mean? Like some cars just look slow. This one doesn't. It's also quite high, which is obviously in relation to the new rules this year, of floor having to be higher. So that's Haas. Well done, Haas. I'm going to give Haas, it's an 8 out of 10 for me. Well done, Haas. Next, we have probably one of the biggest waste of times Formula One has ever seen at a car launch. We have the RB19. Let's see what they did. It's essentially the same car. That's what they've done. They've just wasted everyone's time with it and gone, we'll do the same car. Like it's the launch. It's the RB18 basically. They've copied and pasted it. There's nothing of interest on there. It's very boring. It was an hour and a half long launch of the car, which is, for a copy and paste job, an absolute disgrace, to be honest. And Red Bull should be ashamed of themselves for making people sit through an hour and a half. I watched some of it. I got bored when they started talking about skiing, so I stopped watching. And I just waited the remaining hour for the car to come out on Twitter. And that was it. That's the car. It's just a classic, bog standard Red Bull Racing car. Let's have a look at it properly. So there it is, the Red Bull Racing, the RB18/19/17/16/15/14. You get the idea. It's the same. But the only interesting thing that they did do was announce the fan livery competition to design 3 liveries. I believe they're for the American Grand Prix in Miami, Austin and Las Vegas respectively, for their Red Bull paddock. That's quite cool, but why couldn't they have just tried to be a bit creative here, you know? They've done some incredible launch liveries before, like even if it was just a launch livery and they went back to the default nonsense here, would have been fine, but no. And people criticise, they say, oh, Ferrari's always red, the Mercedes is always silver. Go and look at their past cars of the past few years. Mercedes and the Ferrari in particular, like, it's normally red, but it's done. No 2 or 3 Ferraris for the past 7 years have looked the same. But this Red Bull is the same. So yeah, thanks Red Bull, waste of time. But that'll be it for today's video. We're doing these for the remainder of the launch. I only smashed these two together because they weren't that interesting to talk about. They weren't an actual car. Obviously, we've got the Williams coming up on the 6th, and then the Alfa Romeo on the 7th. And I believe Alfa are actually releasing an actual car, so that'll be good. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Hit like if you do enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're new. We're trying for 700 subs for the season, hopefully, which is a bit ambitious, but we'll get there eventually. And thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.